Can I show you how to click around and set up a WordPress membership site that takes automatic payments and delivers and protects content in just a few minutes? I'm Robert Plank from IncomeMachine.com, and in just a few minutes, we're going to install a platform called WordPress. If you already have WordPress, then great. I'm just going to set it up really quickly for you. Then you install a WordPress plugin called MemberGenius, which you can get a copy when you join IncomeMachine.com. Once you install that, you set up levels and protect your content, and then finally create a PayPal button that people can click on, enter their credit card details, and they get access to the thing that they paid for. Here's our site at membershipnewbie.com. If you don't have a .com name, grab one at doubleagentdomains.com. If you don't have web hosting, set that up at doubleagenthosting.com. Now, inside of our Income Machine members area, we have training on all that stuff. We have a step-by-step process where you can choose your niche, get a domain name registered, connect it to a website, and then begin creating your WordPress pages. Let's not waste time. I have a blank .com name with a hosting account. I want to install WordPress on it and then our MemberGenius plugin. I'll go to the site/cPanel. We highly recommend you get a web host that allows you to have cPanel hosting. The biggest reason for that is because it has helpful tools for you to get a website created fast. You go to the control panel area and scroll down, and I like to use this quick install tool. So we left click on quick install, and then we can install WordPress. So we scroll down and we want to install WordPress, which, if you don't know, is a blogging software, and out of the box you can create blog posts or journal entries. But then with MemberGenius, you can charge for access to that content, to those videos, reports, written material, whatever, inside that WordPress blog. Left click on install WordPress, and we go and find the install WordPress button again. So hit install WordPress again. Then it asks us where to install it. There's a drop down to first choose which domain name in your account. So we have Membership Newbie, and I'll install it at membershipnewbie/members. So in the members folder, we can either install it in the front door, just the .com level, but we'll put it at /members. I'll put in my details for my email address, the title of my blog, the username I'm going to put in, and that's it. So we chose the location where we'll install WordPress, then fill in everything it asks. Email address, name of the site, username. I prefer my first and last name with no spaces, then my first name, then my last name. Left click and install WordPress. Close the ad that appears in front of us, and in just a few seconds this changed from blue to orange, and then said now you log into membershipnewbie.com/members/wp-admin. And there you go. So if you already know how to set up WordPress or you have WordPress installed, great, we're caught up. And if not, you use doubleagenthosting.com, cPanel, quick install, install WordPress, fill in the details. And if we leave this tab open, that way we have our details. Now we can just say username Robert Plank and then password. I can just right click and copy, go over to the password area, right click and paste, and then log in. Now logging in means we can install plugins such as MemberGenius to take payments, and we can create content. So I'll go to the top and visit the site, and here's what we have. At the front door of our site, we still have nothing, and this is where we can put in a sales letter later. But just for the membership part of it, we've got membership newbie/members, and then this is where we have a blog. So just to keep things simple, let me go up here to the dashboard again, and I want to change the theme. I kind of prefer the 2012 theme. So let me go and search for the different themes, 2012. And this is what's great if you don't know about WordPress or don't use WordPress. In just a couple clicks, you can completely change the look and feel of your site. I'm going to delete some of these different things. So we have pages that are listed up at the top. I'll delete that page. We have posts. We have this filler post here. So now we're dealing with a blank slate. We go to the site, there's no post to display. I want to publish a post, so I'll go new post, and I'll say this will be module 1 training, and I'll publish that. I'll add another piece of content, and I'll say this is module 2 training, and I'll publish that. And then let's finally say I will have module 3 training. One step at a time, we created the content. Now, it's not perfect just yet for a couple reasons. I don't like that this goes in reverse order, and we need to protect the content because a useful tool I have here is I use a browser here called Google Chrome. If I go to this top right section, left click and go new incognito window and go to membership newbie / members, this is what anyone can see. We have this little spy in the top corner. So this means that anyone who's just coming across our page here can see this. Not good. We want to protect it. We protect it using a plugin called Member Genius, which is, like we said, included in Income Machine. Now, Income Machine is a course here where we give you videos on how to choose a niche, how to get a website going, how to make an opt-in page, and we can go to this checklist right here and literally click around and say, I've selected my niche, identified marketplace needs, narrowed them down, and then we can now see that we have filled in a sliver of this huge wheel, and we can see easily how much progress we're making. Well, great. Then also in Income Machine, we have this Member Genius plugin. I'm going to go to Tools, Member Genius, and this gives us a couple things on this page. License key and email, which we're going to need in a second, and then this Member Genius plugin, which we can right click and then save link as. We will save it to our desktop. Save it to the desktop, and there's a instruction guide here, and in Member Genius there are videos on how to use all this, but let me just walk you through it in the shortened version. We go to this dashboard here, plugins, add new, upload plugin, and then choose that Member Genius plugin. Just double click on it and install now, and that should add the plugin to membership newbie / members and activate it, that we will be able to use to charge for access. Now we click on this Member Genius register, give it a second, it's filled in our details. Now we are ready to rock and roll in this thing called Member Genius. We don't have any members yet, that's fine. But what we want to do is make sure our content is protected, so we left click on this content tab, and we can see here that if we click on protection, these are all checked, which means that this content is protected from the outside world. And Member Genius has out of the box created a level for us called full and also protected those. So let me go back and go to this incognito window again and go to membership newbie. And when we load that, we see there's this members folder. Click on that. And from the outside world, boom, there's a box that's asking us to log in here. So someone in the outside world can't view any of that content because we have gone and protected it in this list of our posts. And then we also have given access to any member that's on the full level. Now, more about that in a second. Before we move on to levels, I want to make sure you understand this idea that we have these 3 posts in our site that you saw me create them. Module 1, Module 2, Module 3. If you wanted to give away Module 1 for free, we could just uncheck this Module 1 here, click Save All Changes. Okay, so now Module 1 is unprotected. Then we can, let's see, I need to open my incognito window again. So now we're going back as just an innocent person wandering in. We go to membership newbie / members, and what do we see? Well, we see that Module 1 here is not protected, and it's added in this thing in the sidebar for someone to fill in a username and password if they have access. So already out of the gate, you can use this kind of thing for if you want to just share access with some team members, or you could manually give access to other people for them to log in. I'll show you that part. we can go to this Members tab for Member Genius, and we can say, I want to add a new member. And let's say I want to give my friend Lance Tomashiro access to this membership site. I can say his username is Lance Tomashiro, fill in his stuff, fill in his details there, and then I can say I want to give him access to the whole site, the full site, submit registration, and then now this is a member of our site. Now this person with username Lance Tomashiro can find the membership newbie site and only be able to see module 1 or even nothing. And then when he fills in his username over here and his password, then he can click on login and then be able to see everything on the site, module 1, 2, and 3. Now we're starting to get somewhere. Now we have our WordPress blog set up. We've installed our Member Genius plugin. We've made a couple of posts, a little bit of content, and we can now add members manually by going to that Members tab and add a new member. And so now, now a member can log in and out and see things like that. We can make a few little tweaks. So in Member Genius settings, we can go down to this post sort order and then choose that we want to have the oldest posts on top, the newest posts on the bottom. Because if you notice, well, I mean, let me show you what this gives us. If we view the site again, see now the content goes module 1, module 2, module 3. Now this is ordered in a logical order. Now if we add more posts, it will just list and continue listing them down, down, down on this page. Now I promised you that I would show this thing called levels. So I'll go to Member Genius and levels. And you see that by default it said that, well, we can add people to our site, give them access to this full level, and that lets them into literally every piece of content in the blog. Important, it doesn't give them access to change our blog. They can't go and add their own stuff, but every post we make that's publicly accessible, now it's locked down because Member Genius, so the public can't see it, but now if someone is on this full level, they can see everything. Okay, and so just to make things simple, we could give away, we can hand out this registration URL you see right here. I can right click this very carefully and go open link in incognito window, once again to simulate some random person clicking on this special link that we can just give out to our best friends. And when they go to this special registration link, it's called, well, here you go. Here's the registration for a full, and they can fill in, they can create their own username, name, email, and password. And then once they fill in this form, now they will be able to view the content we created. So let's go and say, I'm going to have Jason Parker sign up to my site, and we'll say he's Jason Membership Newbie, and we'll have him put in his own password so that way that he can think of it, write it down, and remember it. So now here's Jason Parker who's logged in, and now he sees module 1, 2, and 3. Now he can log out. If he logged out, come on, log out. Oops, there we go. Then he will, oh, not sure why that happened. Now he can only see module 1. If he logs in again, so Jason Parker once again, when he logs in again, now he sees the module. Makes sense? Logged out, he doesn't see what he needs to see. Logged in, now he does see. Well, the next thing that we can check out here is that we can go to our members listing, and now we have me, Lance, and Jason Parker who we created. Well, let's say we wanted to kick Jason Parker out. We don't want to erase any record of him ever existing, but we just want to say, well, he shouldn't have access to this content anymore. I can check his name in this box and then say, for the full level, cancel him. So we'll see what this does. Now he's crossed off of the full level. I can see that he used to be a member, but now he no longer has access. And if we go back to this incognito window and go back to our membership newbie members site, here's the one public post, module 1. But now if Jason Parker goes to log into our site, well, he sees that one publicly available post, but modules 2 and 3 are hidden from him because we canceled him from that level. The way this cancellation deal relates for you moving forward is that if someone pays for access to your site one time and then they refund, well, now they're crossed out. So there's a record that they used to have paid you, but then they refunded. So now the record that they were here is still existing here, but now they can't get in and get that thing that they refunded. And the same goes for if you sell monthly access using MemberGenius and then they cancel their automatic monthly payments. It's the same idea. They're no longer paying you on a monthly basis, so they can't get access to this level. And we can create as many levels as you want on our membership site, which basically means that we can sell as many different products we want in this membership site. We can sell a product called Membership Newbie Basic Edition, and then we can say, I want to create a new level, and I'll call this the advanced level, and I'll put in some additional training videos for the Membership Newbie Advanced Edition. Now, I don't want to give them access to everything, so let me uncheck that and add new level. Now we have advanced level and full level, and well, now I don't want people on the full level to have access to the entire site. So the full level will have access to some things, and the advanced level will have access to other things. I'll save all changes. I'll say new post, and I will say advanced training. And then you see on the sidebar when we create this post, we can say, well, don't make this publicly available, just make it available to members. And then over on the right side here, we'll say that the full level can't see this, but the advanced level can, and we'll say some advanced videos go here. All right, now we'll publish this and get a better idea of what we're looking at. We'll go to MemberGenius, Content, and we'll say, okay, first of all, on the protection end of things, the Module 1 post, everyone can see it. Module 2, Module 3 are protected. The advanced modules protected. Click on the advanced level, and advanced level can only see the advanced training area, and then the full level, we have made sure to uncheck the advanced training post. So everyone, even if they're logged out, can see the first module. People on the full level can see modules 2 and 3. And then if they're also on the advanced level, they can see this other piece of content as well. Let's visit the site, and we have module 1, module 2, module 3, and advanced training. We'll look at MemberGenius members again, and we have this Lance Tomashiro guy who only has access to the full level. So we can check him and say for the advanced level, add him to the advanced level. Look at this, and now Lance Tomashiro has access to two different things. The full level, which he could have bought access to, and then the advanced level as well. And we can go and cancel him from advanced or completely remove any record of him being advanced. But are you starting to understand what we do here is we have content, which are your different posts and pages and videos and things like that. And then we first say, well, what content is protected or not? Protected means if it's not protected, someone who's logged out can view it. If someone becomes a member of your site, now they can view that content. To get someone to be a member of your site, you can click on Add New Member, fill in the details, and then choose which level you're adding that person to. You can also go to the Levels tab over here and then pass around this special link to them, and then they can fill in their own details and add themselves to the full level or the advanced level. So we've got content, which is your training, the inside of your members area. We've got levels, which represents products or groups of content. And then we have members, which are the people who log into your site, and you can grant your members access to different levels, and then the levels themselves have access to different pieces of content inside your site. So that's all great, But you might be wondering, well, how do I now automatically charge for access? Well, I'm glad you asked. That's where the Payments tab comes in. And we can say, let me just check out this generic shopping cart. And there are instructions here on how you can easily either give away this link to provide free access to a level. Maybe you can have a free level or some trial access or something. And then even instructions on how to create a button at a site called PayPal to take credit card payments. Now, it can get very interesting here because you can set up PayPal in such a way that it will also handle refunds and cancellations. A refund is if someone pays you $10 and then they log in, and then if they decide they don't like your course or whatever, they can get their money back, and then it sends a signal to this membership site and revokes their access to that level. A cancellation is where you can have a recurring button and someone pays you $10 per month for access to your site, and maybe they're in your site for 6 months, and then on month 7 they stop paying, and then PayPal notifies and sends a signal to this site and revokes their access to that particular level. Well, what do? Well, there's just instructions on this page where we just go down and log into our PayPal account and just go through the steps and create a special button that you can then place on a sales letter of your choice, and then they can click on the button, purchase access, fill out an account, and now they're a member and they can always come back and log in to this membership site you created. That is how to set up a WordPress membership site in just a few minutes. Now, the final step there was to set up the PayPal button, but you saw that that was just the very final afterthought. What you have to do is install WordPress. Maybe you've done it already, but you go to your cPanel area. If you don't, WordPress doesn't have a cPanel, I really recommend you have one by going to doubleagenthosting.com, and we give you a link to all that cool stuff in the Income Machine members area in that training course. We use simple scripts to click around and install WordPress. Once you do, then you can grab our Member Genius plugin inside of IncomeMachine.com. Out of the gate, Member Genius creates a level for you called Full and automatically protects all of the content in your site. And in most cases, that'll get you by. That'll get the job done. And you can just add in your posts like you would in any other WordPress blog or online journal. And now you have your content. If you want to change it up later, add other levels, or switch up which levels have access to which content, I showed you a little bit of that. And then finally, you go to that Payments tab to set up the PayPal button, and we give you instructions on how to go and log in and make a special button that someone can click on to get access. But then if they refund, it also cuts off the access to your membership site. Go right now to IncomeMachine.com and claim your access to your all-in-one training system. We give you instructions on how to choose a niche, how to make an email follow-up sequence, how to use WordPress, how to build a list, make an opt-in page, a sales letter to sell access to that membership site, a blog to use content marketing and free search engine traffic to get you visitors, and more. So the place to go right now is IncomeMachine.com. Claim your access, and I'll see you on the inside where you'll get copies of Member Genius plus all the plugins we use to create our online system. I'm Robert Plank from IncomeMachine.com, and thank you.